The three men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery as he jogged through a Georgia neighborhood in 2020 will be sentenced for their federal hate crime convictions today. A jury convicted Travis McMichael, his father Greg McMichael, and neighbor William Roddy Bryan of federal hate crimes charges in February, concluding they violated Arbery's civil rights and targeted him because he was black. Now, this comes after the Justice Department last week announced federal charges against 4 current and former Louisville police officers involved in the botched police raid that killed Breonna Taylor in March of 2020. The Louisville Police Union said at the time that the firings were, quote, unjustified. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing the families of both Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor, joined me live now for more on this. Ben, thank you so much for being here. I want to start with Breonna Taylor's case. Last week, you said that none of this would have been possible without the efforts of Attorney General Merrick Garland or Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Kristen Clark. So why do you think the Justice Department chose to get involved here, and what message does that send?
Well, thank you for having me, Diane. It sends a profound message. This marks the first time, as far as we know, that police officers have been charged for killing a black woman in the United States of America on the federal level. And the fact that they followed the facts, as Breonna Taylor's mother and family said, thank God Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron did not get the last word as it relates to justice for Breonna Taylor. It was a willful deprivation of Breonna Taylor's constitutional rights that led to her death when they falsified that affidavit to get the judge to sign the no-knock warrant. And so it's not just about reckless execution of a no-knock warrant. It's about falsifying no-knock warrants that led to this young black woman's death.
And so much of this case and the attention on it, understandably so, focused on the shooting itself. But this case is actually looking, as you mentioned, at what happened before the shooting, before the raid actually took place, and accusing 3 of these officers of essentially lying to get this search warrant. What do you make of that accusation, and also just the way this case was put together in general when you look at it?
Well, I think it shows the focus and dedication to civil rights of all citizens. I mean, to use the resources to follow the facts, to send a clear message that nobody is above the law and that all American citizens' civil rights will be protected. I can't think of a Justice Department being this committed to civil rights, say Robert Kennedy back when they were focused on the civil rights movement involving Dr. Martin Luther King and the late Congressman John Lewis. It really, as Miss Tamika Palmer, Breonna's mother, said, Diane, it restored her faith, because a lot of people have lost faith when they see these unjust killings of black people by the police, and yet nobody is ever held accountable. Hopefully, the police will treat people of color and give them the same respect and consideration that they do other citizens. I think that's the message that the Justice Department was trying to send. And just the fact that you have them meeting in a garage to conspire to cover up the murder of Breonna Taylor. Many times when black people would say they killed my loved one and now they're trying to cover it up, they would call us crazy. But right now we say, look what they did with Breonna Taylor before you start to try to silence us when they kill us unjustly.
Now, and of course, today we're going to learn about this second round of penalties for Ahmaud Arbery's killers. They're already sentenced to life in prison for his murder. So how do you expect today's sentencing to play out?
Well, the hope is that the federal judge will sentence them to life in prison for lynching a young black man for jogging, not in 1940, not in 1950, but in 2020. And so the hope for the family and the community is that the judge will give them the most stern sentence possible. And the family desires that they continue to serve their life sentence in state court from the state trial, because they want them to have the most severe punishment, because Ahmaud literally, can you imagine the last moments of his life with this lynch mob chasing him with a shotgun and killing him? The family wants the punishment to fit the crime.
So, Ben, being that they're already facing life sentences here, and you're saying you want them to stay in state, not federal prison, why is another life sentence in this federal case so important to you and this family?
Because it sends a message as it relates to hate crime. We believe, Diane Macedo, that they killed Ahmaud Arbery because the color of his skin. And we have to send a deterrent to all those other sick individuals who would dare commit violent acts against people just because they're people of color. That is not America. We have to show our country and the world that we're better than this. And that's why we need this federal hate crime sentence to be a severe warning to anybody else who would dare do this.
Ben Crump, we will continue to follow both of these cases very closely. We appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.